Hi, this is part 3 of our Depp versus Heard case that's going on in Virginia. And in this video, we're going to cover what was going on in 2015 and then compare it to UK law regarding pre- and post-nuptial agreements. So if you're interested in that, stick around for the next part of the video. Hello everyone, welcome. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Karen Cole. I'm a lawyer in the UK, and this will be really exciting because a lot of my work is in family law. And my first job was working at a law firm in Canada where we did pre and post nuptial agreements all the time. So it's going to be a bit of nostalgia, and you'll find out why. So in part 1, we discussed domestic abuse, and then in part 2, we discuss the hearsay evidence. If you haven't seen them, you can watch them after this video, or if you want to watch them now. But what I'm doing is I'm going in a timeline. So that's why we're on to 2015 now. So as a lot took place in 2015, I think I better tell you what's going on, and then we'll get to the legal bits after that.
Johnny was no doubt rolling in the money as he hit the big league in 2006, earning over $92 million, and for the next several years he continued to make the big bucks. So here we are in 2015, and he earned $48 million according to therichest.com. Amber was working in films, and in comparison, she made less than $200,000 in 2015 for her parts in movies, according to Hello Magazine. In February 2015, Johnny and Amber get married. Allegations of abuse continue.
Before we listen to my next soundbite, continuing on with 2015, I think this is a good time to introduce you to a channel called Love with Intelligence. And because maybe it's a good idea not to get into these bad relationships in the first place. And this channel has really good advice and videos on relationships. So let's take a listen to them.
Look, we're good liars and we're not good liars. And at the start of a relationship, if there's infatuation, we will be really good liars. Okay, we'll be really good liars. And I'm not saying you can totally mitigate that, but you can soften that blow of the drop from infatuation into reality. If you are a little more communicative of acceptance rather than agreeability.
Yeah, I think it's like what you said. It's almost like you can still voice it. You can even voice it in a polite way.
Now, keep in mind that message we just heard from the Love with Intelligence clip, as it will become important because a new recording has just been released of Amber and Johnny, and I will play a portion of that.
Yeah, that's wrong. So you're proving that.
Well, and everything I thought about you is wrong.
That's what you're telling me?
Yes, so
Okay.
what's the point?
I don't know. You tell me.
So the choice is this.
You're the one who said what? You tell me.
Choice
What's
is
their
this.
choices?
I've got to stop this video right there because
in the recording, they actually go on to discuss how their relationship was built on lies, and I have left a link to the full video as it's quite long. If you want to listen to it, please do so at your own caution. It could be triggering. Johnny is in Australia filming Pirates of the Caribbean 5, and a month or so after they were married, Amber comes over to Australia to see him. They argue, and somehow Johnny lost the tip of his finger. Johnny claims Amber would not sign a prenuptial before they were married, and so you understand, a prenuptial is a financial agreement before marriage in the event of a divorce later on. It ensures the person with more assets and earnings is protected. Johnny claims the nuptial agreement was important to him as he wanted to protect his assets, earnings, and children's inheritance. His solicitors sent Amber a post-nuptial, which just means it's the agreement regarding the finances that is made after marriage. As California is a community property state, this means any assets or property gained during the course of marriage belongs equally to both spouses. So I can imagine it was very important to him. Amber claims it was her solicitors that wanted the nuptial agreement, and that Johnny said if she had one made up, he would rip it up. This makes sense, as from what I can gather, Amber wanted $60,000 per month in spousal support, so he might well have said he would rip it up. Seems like an awful lot for a short marriage. In any event, Johnny claims Amber was so upset and went into a rage because the postnuptial did not mention her in his will. If you're interested in the details, you can watch replays of the whole hearing as it is on YouTube, Court TV, and the Law and Crime Network for free. Anyway, around the 14th of December, Amber alleges Johnny has now broken her nose and cut her lip after a fight she says they had. She does not seek medical attention, and the following day she's a guest on CBS The Late Show, hosted by James Cordon. Let's watch a bit of that clip.
In the movie, you play a ballerina. Did you study ballet? Could you already do it?
No, pretty much the opposite. I grew up, in Texas, riding horses and...
Oh, really? Not a big ballet community out there in Texas.
No, not so much. Shooting guns, yes, but ballet, no. So I wanted to train for it, and there were some ballet sequences that we wanted to have the option to incorporate into the movie, so I trained forever, and I have 2 left feet. I'm the most klutzy person in the world, and I have no, what do you call it? Grace? Right. So I knew...
Does she have the best makeup artist ever, or is she being honest?
In the UK, pre and post nuptials are not really they're not binding in the courts.
What? They're not legally binding? Well, that is because there is no statute for them. So they can be challenged for not meeting certain criteria, one of which is not being fair. So, for example, if one party felt under pressure to sign days before the wedding, this could have an effect. I have also had cases where the judge accepted that a couple agreed that money borrowed to buy the matrimonial property from one of the parties' parents would need to be paid back in the event of a divorce. So, provided that they're reasonable, most judges will accept agreements. But I've also had cases where parents lent money and the judge took the position that the parents were not likely to enforce their child to pay back the loan. And because there was children, their needs came first. Pre- and post-nuptial agreements are virtually the same as described in the reasons why Johnny wanted to protect assets already built up, including earnings. When I assist people with agreements, we have to do due diligence to the party's financial situation, and this must be done to ensure the court will uphold the agreement. For example, priority debts and children, as mentioned, and reasonableness have to be taken into consideration. In ending, the agreement should account for future changes and circumstances, and it is essential for each party to get legal, independent advice. Nuptial agreements, whether they are pre- or post-marriage, cannot undermine what is in law, and the UK courts have a lot of power in overriding unfair agreements. Nuptial agreements are nostalgia for me because that summer job, working in a law firm, I was honored to learn from one of the finest Queen's Counsel family barrister and solicitor, who was passionate and was all about ensuring a fair outcome for women and children years before the law caught up to recognizing that a stay-at-home spouse made equal contributions to the financial marital assets built up within the marriage. And that passion for a fair outcome is with me still today. In my view, In the Depp versus Heard case, after hearing the clips I played, I can't help but feeling that Johnny and Amber were infatuated in the beginning. Love can be all-consuming until it goes bad, and I cannot help think of that phrase, hell hath no fury like a woman scorn. And according to the Lexa.com, powered by Oxford Dictionary, this means a woman who has been rejected by a man can be seriously angry and vindictive. So what do you think is going on? Please let me know in the comment section.
Well, thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you in part 4.
Well, folks, that ends part 3. So check out all the links that I mentioned in the description area below. Why not watch some of our other videos? By liking and sharing our content, it helps our channel grow, as Legal Minded Friends helps you. And by you sharing, you could help someone you don't even know is suffering in silence because of their pride or because they are being treated unjustly by a situation in their life.